Monday the 30th of October 1933. Dr. Richard Spencer speaking. Mr. Worthy is still missing. There's been no sign of him since yesterday. Worse, some of the men he injured yesterday have shown signs of something. A number of them have complained about hearing music, although I can assure you that no one has been playing any music at camp. No one has been singing either. The atmosphere around here has not exactly been conducive to song. Dr. Devereux has also fallen unconscious. We don't know why. He seemed perfectly fine yesterday evening, but when I got up this morning he was nowhere to be seen. This immediately struck me as unusual, because he is normally the first up, even before I am. So I went to his tent and found him still asleep. No matter how hard I tried to rouse him, nothing would work. He doesn't have any obvious injuries or anything else that could possibly explain this. No sign of disease or other sickness. So as of right now, his condition remains a mystery. With the death of Dr. Cartwright, Miss Violet Lowe is now in charge of the injured. She has some previous experience as a nurse, so she would be the most qualified. Already she has her hands full. Even disregarding the men who have become delusional, the men who are only merely physically injured seem to be getting worse. One man dropped his cup at breakfast, complaining of a sudden weakness in his hand. Another tried to stand, only to collapse immediately because his legs refused to support his weight. He was not injured in the leg. At this juncture, I believe we have no choice but to call off the expedition. It is unfortunate, but I will not risk the lives of the men any further. Unfortunately, with the weather the way it is, we cannot yet begin heading back towards the mainland. It's not too far to the shores of Cornwall, but the boats we have were not built to handle the winds and waves we are currently experiencing. We'll be sunk before we even make it to shore. For now, the best thing to do will be to shelter in place and wait out the storm. Make preparations to ship out at first opportunity. The question is whether I should conduct any search for Mr. Worthy. It doesn't feel right to just leave him here in his condition, but conducting a search will entail a large risk, especially since we can't know whether he will be hostile, should we even manage to find him. Violet? What is it? What? This is Dr. Richard Spencer. Earlier today, Dr. Goldman went missing, but he was quickly found, along with Mr. Worthy. Both deceased. Their bodies were found on the lower level of the buried temple, amongst the remains of those from centuries past. Dr. Goldman was lying on the ground amidst the other bodies, and Mr. Worthy was slumped over the altar. Mr. Worthy was holding one of the masks in his hand, the wooden one that was found in the small antechamber on the upper floor. I didn't even notice it was missing. Blast it. Is someone playing music?